de votre premier rôle, vraiment, c'est dans Un justicier dans la vie de Michael Winner. J'aimerais bien revenir sur les débuts, évidemment, de votre carrière, même un petit peu, même encore plus tôt. C'est-à-dire, en fait, quand est-ce que vous avez su que vous vouliez faire ça, ce métier-là, acteur?
About 10 years old. About 10 years old. That was the first movie that I'd ever done in 1973. I was interested in hearing those couple of musical stings. You know who scored that movie? Anybody know who scored that movie? Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock. And Hope Lang, of course, was the wife of Charles Bronson there with her daughter. What else was Hope Lang in, most famously? Name a famous movie that I like particularly that she was in. You know. Do you know another? Can you name another Hope Lang movie? Hope Lang was the actress, was the mother of the two people who we finally missed. What else was Hope Lang in? Which? Home Alone? Home Alone? I don't think she was in Home Alone. No, wasn't she in From Here to Eternity? Wasn't she the girlfriend of Montgomery Clift in that movie? Am I right? I think so. Anyway, I got interested in acting when I was 10 years old in camp. I was in camp in Pittsburgh between 5th and 6th and 6th and 7th grade. My father had said, if you find something you love to do, that's a key to your vocational choice. I took part in this show, and and they were there, and I had a great time. And afterwards, they said, "How'd you like it?" And I was like, I said I did, but I kept secret to myself for many years then, until I graduated high school, that I actually wanted to be an actor, but I wanted to be an actor very, very badly when I was a kid.
Donc effectivement, Death Wish qu'on a vu là, Injustifié dans la vie, c'est le premier film que j'ai jamais fait, c'était en 1973. Donc pour l'anecdote, le compositeur du film c'est Herbie Hancock, et l'actrice qui joue la mère qu'on voit là dans la scène, jouée par Hope Lang. Alors personne dans la scène ne savait dans quoi elle avait joué, pas Home Alone, Maman j'ai raté l'avion, non, mais dans From Here to Eternity, donc un film avant Death Wish où elle jouait la copine de Montgomery Clift en fait.
Non, in the Young Lions, dans le bal des maudits, in 1957, she is the girlfriend of Monty Clift.
Was it From Here to Eternity? Was it
Young
Young?
The Young Lions.
It was Young Lions. Young Lions. Young Lions. That's it. Young Lions. Yes. And Dean Martin, of course, was in that. And Marlon Brando.
And May Britt.
May Britt, yes, who used to be married to Sammy Davis Jr. And who?
Merci pour toutes ces précisions.
Maximilian Schell.
The girl of Marlon Brando is May Britt, and the girl of Monty Clift is Hope Lang. 1957, directed by Edward Mitchell.
There you go. Good, that's what I want to know. Yeah, but she's good at it. Montgomery Clift is good at it too. Oh boy. And Brando, of course, is so good in that. Plays Christian, the ski instructor. Yeah.
Alors pour répondre à la question, c'est environ vers l'âge de 10 ans que j'ai su que je voulais être acteur. En fait, j'ai grandi à Pittsburgh et quand j'étais au collège, je participais à une pièce de théâtre avec des gens de mon école. Mon père tenait vraiment à ce que je développe une passion extrascolaire. Et en fait, c'est seulement après le lycée que j'ai osé avouer à mes parents que c'était vraiment ce que je voulais faire dans ma vie.
Qu'est-ce que vous vous rappelez particulièrement de vos années d'études auprès notamment de Sanford Meister, qui fut aussi le prof d'ailleurs de Steve McQueen, de Sandra Bullock ou encore de Diane Keaton? C'est avec lui que vous avez étudié. Qu'est-ce que vous vous souvenez de ces études-là?
Sanford Meisner, are there, this is called a Masterclass or some kind of class, or maybe you'll get something out of this, but are there actors, anybody who's studying acting, or who is an actor, or who wants to be an actor? Really?
Des acteurs dans la salle?
Oh, that's so interesting. Are you familiar with Sanford Meisner? Is there Meisner classes here going on at all? Have you ever taken Meisner work?
Yes.
Hey, I know somebody who's teaching in Paris. Wait a minute. I taught for a couple of decades the Meisner technique, so-called, in order to kind of understand it more deeply. And one of my cohorts, somebody who was in the class and then who taught, a guy named Mark Pellegrino, is teaching, someplace in Paris. Mark Pellegrino. And his wife, Tracy Aziz, if you're interested in studying with somebody who's good. I like Mark Pellegrino a lot. He's a wonderful actor, and if he's teaching here, look up Mark Pellegrino. In any case, Sanford Meisner is a wonderful teacher, was a wonderful teacher. He was in the group theater, if you know anything about that, along with Stella Adler and Sanford Meisner and Harold Clurman. He developed, along with Adler and Strasberg, his own training method. I was exposed to all of them. I saw all of those people and Harold Clurman. I was lucky to get with Sandy Meisner. I think his was the clearest and best. It was a 2-year program, the cornerstone of which is an improvisation, which is sometimes described, misunderstood, and mistaught, but it forms the technology of the fundamentals of the beginning of pretending, living truthfully under imaginary circumstances, as he said, pretending good, in other words. And then the rest of the 2 years was, forming the actor in some way. But he said, he recalled to us Stanislavski's, one of his mantras, which was, love the art in yourself, not yourself in art, which I do love. He also said, as part of this improvisation, I can't go into it too thoroughly, but he said, use what exists. Use what exists, meaning trust and make use of, be alert to, mindful of, and make use of what comes up in you, because that's what you make your parts out of, in response to and in collaboration with what's outside of you, which actually exists. And so it demands that you pay attention to the other people with whom you're acting and everything about the moment. So it delivers you to the moment and causes you to be receptive, and then elicits out of you something that's finally unique, hopefully, as you develop, if you've got talent, to you. Something like that. Something like that.
Alors effectivement, j'ai été l'apprenti de Sanford Meisner, qui a été mon professeur. D'ailleurs, je connais un professeur qui était avec moi, parce que pendant une vingtaine d'années, j'ai enseigné la technique Meisner pour la comprendre de l'intérieur, et il y avait un professeur qui maintenant enseigne à Paris, qui s'appelle Marc Pellegrino. Peut-être que vous pouvez le retrouver, et sa femme Tracy Aziz. Mais vraiment, collaborer avec Sanford Meisner, c'était vraiment merveilleux. Il faisait du théâtre de groupe, notamment avec Stella Adler ou Lee Strasberg, que j'ai eu la chance de tous rencontrer. Et en fait, j'ai fait une formation très complète qui a duré 2 ans. Et la pierre angulaire de ce programme, c'était un atelier d'improvisation. Il nous a appris énormément de techniques qui sont assez méconnues ou mal comprises. En fait, ce qu'il nous apprenait, c'était de nous baser sur les circonstances. Vraiment, il nous parlait de notamment une phrase, il nous répétait une phrase de Stanislavski qui était de vraiment focaliser le travail sur l'art qui est en vous et non pas de vous projeter dans l'art. C'est ça vraiment ce qu'il faut faire. Utilise ce qui est en toi, c'est vraiment la base de ton rôle, et utilise aussi les événements, et tous les éléments qui sont autour de toi. Et si tu es doué, si tu es attentif au moment présent, si tu es à l'écoute, c'est là que tu arriveras vraiment à sortir quelque chose d'unique et quelque chose de personnel.
I should really be paying attention too, because my wife speaks French exclusively to the 2 kids. I have a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old boy, and she wants them to be bilingual, so there's plenty of English going on. She speaks exclusively French to them. Sometimes I feel a little left out because I speak un petit peu, and I should be learning. God darn it, I should be learning. By the way, who does he look like? If he looks like a movie actor, who would he look like? Which one? I have an idea. Who do you say?
En fait, la femme de Jeff ne parle que français à leurs enfants. Comme ça laisse du temps pour réfléchir à la deuxième question. Il parle que français à ses enfants, notamment un qui a 3 ans et demi, et parfois il ne comprend pas trop ce qui se passe, donc il se dit que c'est vraiment le temps qu'il apprenne. Il est à Paris, c'est l'occasion.
I say...
Question de Jeff. Jeff trouve que je ressemble à un acteur, donc il vous demande de savoir.
You have an idea? What's your idea?
Son of Clint Eastwood. Eastwood. Ah, Champs-Elysées.
Eastwood, oh. Well, good. You know, I know Kyle Eastwood. Kyle Eastwood plays the bass fiddle. I played with Kyle Eastwood a little bit, jazz. No, I think he looks like, and he could a little bit look like Kyle Eastwood. He looks like, to me, a young, handsome Tim Roth.
Yeah, I know.
Tim Roth from Pulp Fiction, around Pulp Fiction, or Reservoir Dogs. I like to play that game. Who she look like? Kate Blanchett, I was going to say, yes, Kate Blanchett. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I love Kate Blanchett. I was in a couple of movies with her. Not that we've had much to do, but I saw her act on Thor Ragnarok. I was there. And deeply, I think she's spectacular. And on, what else was I in? Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. We crossed paths. I didn't have much to do with her there, but I just think she's spectacular. I know she is. Have you interviewed her or talked to her or met her?
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Oh, she's so wonderful. I saw her on stage do Blanche Dubois in Streetcar Named Desire for you acting students. Do you know that play very well, Streetcar Named Desire? I saw her live do that, and boy, she was the best Blanche I'd ever seen in any movie. And then I think Woody Allen must have seen her in that and written Blue Jasmine going, hey, I don't want to do a remake of Streetcar Named Desire, but I'll do the same part, essentially, and put it in this movie. I'll bet. I don't know, but that's what I'm guessing.
Alors, suggestion du public, Kyle Eastwood. Donc, ici, Jeff me rappelait que Kyle est aussi musicien, comme lui. Donc, c'était très bien. Alors, la suggestion de Jeff, c'était Tim Roth, un jeune Tim Roth. Et puis, pour Perrine, donc, on a décidé que c'était plutôt Kate Blanchett. Alors, Jeff était très impressionné d'avoir pu jouer dans des films avec Kate Blanchett. C'est vraiment une actrice impressionnante, notamment ils ont fait La vie aquatique de Wes Anderson. Et Jeff a eu la chance de la voir sur scène dans Un tramway nommé Désir, jouer le rôle de Blanche Dubois. Et donc c'est une intuition, c'est pas du tout sûr, mais Woody Allen a probablement vu la pièce quand il a écrit Blue Jasmine, puisque le rôle que joue Kate Blanchett dans le film est très très inspiré de la pièce de Tennessee.
On va continuer avec comme de toute façon on part vraiment comme on veut, puisque c'est Jeff qui décide. On va continuer avec un nouvel extrait.
Yeah, it's free talk.
It's free talk, it's free jazz.
I fall in love too easily. I fall in love.
Deuxième extrait. Musique d'ascenseur.
Je crois que c'est une chanson d'amour.